Jill Valentine stands as one of the most iconic and resilient characters within the chilling universe of the Resident Evil franchise. From her inception in the original 1996 video game, Jill has captivated audiences with her courage, determination, and unwavering resolve in the face of unimaginable horrors. As a skilled and resourceful member of the elite Special Tactics and Rescue Service, S.T.A.R.S, she has navigated through countless nightmarish scenarios, confronting hordes of the undead and insidious bioweapons engineered by the sinister Umbrella Corporation. With her trademark combat proficiency, sharp intellect, and unwavering loyalty to her comrades, Jill has cemented herself as a symbol of resilience and heroism in a world consumed by chaos and despair. Through her enduring presence across various mediums, including video games, films, and literature, Jill Valentine continues to leave an indelible mark on the survival horror genre, inspiring generations of fans worldwide. However, since the release of the Resident Evil 3 remake, I've noticed some disagreement among fans about the character's personality. To put it plainly, some feel Jill has become too bossy, swears too much, and is now too masculine. I don't think these criticisms are entirely fair. Don't get me wrong, I'll always love the sassy Jill Valentine in her blue tank top and black miniskirt, but I think the criticism of the new Jill is sometimes greatly exaggerated, and here's why. If we look at the original description of Jill in Resident Evil 1, we spot some important information about the person she is supposed to be. She is described as an intelligent soldier that has rescued many S.T.A.R.S members from danger in the past. Jill has been reassigned to Raccoon City just like Chris. She is excellent with special mechanical devices such as lockpicks. Jill has strong moral convictions and fights for what she believes in. I think it's fair to say that she demonstrates these qualities throughout the game through her actions. However, the game's voice acting, which is bad, cheesy but famous, doesn't really give you an idea of her personality.
It's Forrest! Oh my God!
It's awful!
The remake does a little better on this point, as she's better interpreted by Heidi Anderson, but the writing, and this is perhaps controversial to say, remains simplistic in terms of characterizing the heroine. But this will change for the better with Jill's next appearance, cementing the character for good and giving her the traits we still see in her today. September 28th, daylight. This is the day Jill Valentine became iconic. In Resident Evil 3 Nemesis or Last Escape in Japan, Jill exhibits remarkable resourcefulness in the face of adversity. Throughout the game, she relies on her intellect and quick thinking to overcome obstacles and solve puzzles. She's definitely more confident this time around. Whether it's finding key items to unlock doors or outsmarting powerful adversaries like the titular Nemesis, Jill consistently demonstrates her ability to adapt and strategize in high-pressure situations. This resourcefulness not only helps her survive, but also positions her as a formidable protagonist capable of confronting any threat head-on. I have to take a moment here to praise Catherine Disher for her brilliant portrayal of Jill. Just with her voice and her talent, she brought Jill to life like never before. Thank you, Miss Disher. I'm always surprised when some fans say that they feel the character isn't the same today. If you exclude the outfit, is she really more masculine and bossy? Is she really a Wonder Woman that nothing can stop? I guess they forgot about this.
Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
No!
Why did Umbrella send your team here?
Our mission is to rescue the civilians.
How kind of you. Considering Umbrella caused all this in the first place, those liars!
Ow, that killed! Just so you know, I'm not into that pain is pleasure thing, okay?
Just deal with it. That thing wants me dead. We've got to get out of here. You want stars? regular stars.
See what I mean? Why do you suddenly hate the things you loved about her? Do you just hate on remake Jill because she's now wearing pants and wearing a bra? That's ridiculous. Some people are convinced that feminism has changed Jill for the worse because of certain attributes she already possessed in the original game. That said, it would be all too easy to simply blame misogyny for this controversy and ignore others' sincere feelings about Jill's evolution. At this point, the RE franchise has offered players so many different representations of Jill that I think it's only natural that some people are unhappy with a new interpretation of the character. Everyone has their own idealized idea of the character. Those who started with RE5, for example, are very attached to this version of Jill, to Julia Vorth's face and Patricia Jarley's voice. I've often seen comments trumpeting RE5's Jill as the perfect Jill when, in my opinion, Jill didn't really have the place to shine in this game, and here is why. In RE5, Jill may be spectacular, but it doesn't add much to the character. If you forget the part where Jill sacrifices herself for Chris, demonstrating once again her unwavering loyalty to her comrades, Jill remains under Wesker's control for almost the entire game. In the context of the story, there's little or no time to explore the trauma this may have caused her. Even in the Desperate Escape DLC, which shows what Jill and Josh did before joining Shaver and Chris for the grand finale, both are in a race against time to help their friends in their fight against the greatest villain in the saga's history and save the world, and have no time to explore Jill's mental state. She expresses remorse to Chris for her actions when she explains that she was aware, but couldn't control her actions. And that's about it. It's a shame, because Jill committed terrible crimes while she was Wesker's puppet. She killed many innocent people while she had an internal conscience. Imagine the trauma and self-loathing one can feel in such a situation, especially for someone who has spent a good part of her life protecting the innocent. It's a brilliant idea to turn a character famous for her compassion and strong sense of justice into a heartless killer. Unfortunately, the consequences could not be explored in this game, and it will be many years before the release of Resident Evil Death Island before we begin to see the scars these events have left on Jill. If there's an empty, heartless Jill in the series, it's the one in RE5. And I'm not talking about Patricia Jarley's solid performance, but the writing for the character. That's why I think Nicole Tompkins' Jill is the best Jill we've had since OG RE3. The writers took more time to develop the character. I love that they thought to show the impact that the events at the mansion have had on Jill's psyche. Jill's distrust of the Umbrella workers, the way she gradually opens up to Carlos.
I get it.
She retains all her original characteristics, her resilience, her morality, her desire to help the innocent.
Not yours.
It's me he's after.
Hey,
I'll buy you some time.
hey, wait, Jill! No!
And even a certain gentleness. But make no mistake that Jill and this one are no different. For all the faults Resident Evil 3 Remake may have, the character art direction is not one of them. I encourage you to play the game and forge your own opinion. Don't refrain just because some YouTubers have told you so. It's still a solid game, especially if you haven't played the original. I hope this video has allowed you to see the evolution of Jill Valentine's character with a new perspective. Of course, this remains my opinion, and everyone is free to have their own interpretation. But I don't think it's fair to spit on the work of the Capcom teams when there is no reason to do so, and I think I have argued enough to suggest that there is another way of looking at things. Jill has never been fragile, even if she has her moments of vulnerability. Her femininity was not as important a trait in her as it was in Ada. It makes sense that a girl with a military background would swear from time to time. I have deliberately chosen to omit Jill's appearances in the side games and the Revelations series, as I think these appearances do not particularly offer anything additional to the debate. However, we need to talk a little about Jill in Resident Evil Death Island. It offers a vision of Jill we've never seen before. It's what we should have seen of her in RE5, had the game had time for it. Jill is tormented by her past as Wesker's slave. She is desperate to atone for the evil deeds she committed when she couldn't control her will. She is considerably darker than before, and this darkness within her is totally justified considering her traumatic past, but finally begins to forgive herself by the end of the film. The film is absolutely more focused on Jill than on the other characters. One gets the impression that it was made to create a link between RE5 and, certainly, her next adventure. RE9 perhaps? Only time will tell. Was it enough to convince you? You'll be the judge. One last thing, don't you think it's hilarious that the vast majority of the RE community loves Sienna Guillory's performance as Jill Valentine, who is very similar to Nicole Tompkins' Jill in terms of temperament, but there's not a shred of controversy about it? I wonder why.
Who the fuck are you?
Come on, don't look at me like that, all right? I'm not unaffected. No, wait, please!
What the fuck?
He was infected.
He might have been infected.
Jesus. We're gonna need more ammo.
Come on now. Thanks for watching this video. I'm TheRedButterfly, and I cover a lot of Resident Evil stuff on my channel. If you like my content, please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. I'd really appreciate it and would love to hear your thoughts on this new format. For now, I wish you a nice day and hope to see you soon. See you around.